everybody, and welcome back to another episode of our FM19 Journeyman in charge of Troyes in the Domino's League of Dirt, and we are still top of the league, 6 points clear, and 10 points clear of dropping out of the automatic promotion spots. But that could all change today. We've got two difficult games, starting off with Amiens, and then we've got Lorient, two teams who are, well, up and about it, really. They could both do something by the end of the season. Now, Amiens, who are our first game, have recently sacked their manager, so that could give us a little bit of an edge, or it could put them in a bit of a honeymoon period where, well, they may just perform very, very well. It's hard to tell, really, but we're going with the same lineup. There's been a couple of calls to maybe go back to the wider system, but for now, I honestly just think this is working. Like, to me, when we haven't lost a game in so long in the league, like it's been, what, like 11 matches or something? Changing system just doesn't seem necessary. So it's a good system to have on the back burner and to change to mid-game, but for now, our starting lineup is going to remain the same. So we're going to submit this team, and hopefully we can just get a good result, because it's two difficult games, and as long as we can keep ahead of teams like these, we should finish in a very good spot. As they come out with a 4-4-2, nothing too strange about that, really, but it looks quite defensive, especially down on this side here. But, well, let's see what we can do against it. Let's just hand over to the assistant, and, well, it just works better, doesn't it? It just works better. I think we've cracked out how to do pre-match team talks. Just get your assistant to do it. Same as training, really. But, well, my team picked itself because it's been the same pretty much all season. We always try to attack where possible. Let's get stuck into this game and hopefully pick up some more wins. We had 2 in the last episode. 2 more today would be fantastic. We've got a throw in here. First highlight of the game, and it's towards the end of the first half as Nasruddin whips an across. Marietti goes up to try and win it. Just goes over the bar, though. Not the most exciting highlight for the first one of the game. It wasn't an overly close chance, and I was going to say we've been a little bit behind, but we've clocked a lot of shots in sort of the last couple of minutes. But, well, it's 0-0 in a relatively dull game so far. So, it's a difficult one to judge, really. I'm not really sure how to take that half, if I'm being honest. Let's just passionately say, no, let's get aggressive. I'm not happy. There we go. They look fired up. I was going to say, we can't be passionate or happy about, like, a 0-0 at half-time, really, regardless of who we're against. I think we've established ourselves to be a better team than that, and we need to go out there and prove it. 55 minutes in, and there's just nothing going on, so we're going to make some changes, and, well, I've got a temptation to go strikerless, I'm not going to lie, but Gargo de Othario is having a decent game. I just think we need to, well, just try and get some more creativity out here, to be honest. So I'm going to move Asede from an anchorman to a defensive midfielder on support. I'm going to keep Martin attacking down this right-hand side. And then I'm going to go to the wide system. Start with Gransar on this right-hand side, and then go with Mbuemo on this left. Neither of them have particularly impressed me this season, but we're going to go for it anyway. And then pressing forward on attack for Stefan. Just go at them a little bit more and just change things up, because going centrally, we're not really getting anywhere so far. We've got a free kick here. Nasruddin's going to knock it forward. Can we maybe find a chance? There's only 18 minutes of regular time to go. So, well, we need to try and find something soon if we want to win this game. As Mbuemo's on it in the centre, tries to beat a couple of players. Gransar from, well, immediately, first-time shot, hits the bar. It's a decent effort, but, well, we're going to see another highlight here, but it's starting off in their favour. We're going to have to try and win the ball back. And Dlovu, one of the most valuable players in the league, on it on this left-hand side. They've crossed in. I mentioned before this game that we haven't lost in about 11 matches. Please don't make me, regret saying it, because we're going to immediately lose. It's just a good goal, isn't it? You can't really fault it. It's an excellent cross here from Amiens, I think his name is. Finds Dien on who just beats Follett to the ball, which shouldn't really be happening. Oh, it's actually Nasruddin who he beats to the ball, and Follett was just nowhere to be found, and neither was Ponte, really. Our left back getting beaten to a header, not the most surprising thing in the world, and I'm going to make a change. I'm going to bring on Vita Gabriel for these last couple of minutes, just see what he can do up front. And it's not looking great so far. The regular time is flying by, and we're not seeing anything. We're going to lose. It's going to be our first loss in the league in, well, quite a long time. Unless Vita Gabriel, Gransar strikes. No, it's blocked. Nearly got something right at the death of the game there, but not quite. Disappointing, really. Let's get aggressive on them. That wasn't good enough. Continue. Let's get out of this game. Lorient coming up. They're a better side than Amiens, so, well, it's not great. Now, the only bit of redemption from that game is the fact that Metz drew to Paris, who are bottom of the league, which leaves them 5 points behind us still. They've not made it really much ground at all up on us. But still, that's not an ideal result, regardless of any other circumstances that may attempt to put a bit of a silver lining around it. So, well, we really need to get out there now, and we really need to put in a good game against Lorient to make up for it. So, here we are then for the second game against Lorient, but before we get there, we have had Youth Intake Day. And, well, there's a lot of players in here who look very, very promising. It's sort of this selection here, everyone who was signed from February the 27th. And, well, some of these players look pretty good. If we just go to the selection info, it should... Not the selection info, that's not what I wanted at all. The reports. Then, well, there's a couple of players in here with a fair bit of potential. Cedric Horn, I think, has been here a while. He's just turned professional. But Jesse Vetter is a 14-year-old attacking midfielder who has a lot of potential to improve, according to the scouts. Noé da Silva, again, a lot of potential to improve. Same goes for Gabin Raseu and Yessi Galliard, who, well, all look very, very good. Especially, you know, some of these players are extremely young and they look extremely good. I mean, if we just take Gabin Raseu for a start, I mean, he doesn't look bad, does he, for a 14-year-old? The determination's a little bit low, but... well, he could potentially turn into something. Noé da Silva is another one who looks like he may actually develop quite nicely into a very good player. But, well, like I said, Cedric Horn is a player who's been here for a while, but he's just turned professional. He's only 16 years old. And to me, he looks very good. And with there being a decent chance that either we will need a new backup right-back or just a straight-up new right-back next season, I'm going to make the decision to move him into the senior squad. And, well, we'll just see how he can perform, really. Probably not in this game, because it's not going to be an easy one. But, you know, if we have a couple of easy games coming up, which I think we do, I think we have Bastille next, yeah, I may give him a run out and just see what he can do, to be honest, because, well, we're going to need a new right-back sooner or later. He looks like he may have a bit about him, but for now, let's focus on today's game. Now, there's questions here over what to do, and I'm not quite sure what the answers are, but I think we're going to go with the same lineup. I've just got faith in it. I just think it's going to work. And, well, we're going to submit the team, and if it doesn't, on my head be it, but I really do think that this is the best 11 we've got. Now, they've got a 4-4-1-1. It's relatively standard, but we really, really need 3 points today. We really can't afford to let any more drop. No, we know what to do. Hand over to the assistant. And there we go. Once again, it's worked out very nicely. He's got some good reactions. So, at least we've cracked that one. He's one of the biggest talents for his age that I've worked with. He's got absolutely everything, sure. Probably not a good idea to say that when we've got a very young squad, but still, he looks like a very good player. We've got a throw in here early into the game. Nasreddin finds Gargo Duatherio. We're trying to work it just outside of their box. Berger goes for it, but Bordas ends up on the ball. Marietti from a long way out hits the bar. Martin goes close. Oh, he just saved Marietti again. It's saved again, and Martin's offside. What? How many shots do we need? We hit the bar. It was a good save. It was another good save, and then Martin's goal is offside. It's a lot of early chances. Look at how many shots we've had, but unfortunately, the goal doesn't count. Well, we've got a goal kick here, and so far this has been all us, but we haven't seen the highlights of it, which is unfortunate. Follett plays forward to Stefan, who's running through, tries to chip the keeper there, which may not have been the smartest idea, but yeah, look at this. We've had all the shots and all the shots on target. Free kick here. Marietti curves it in. Ponte just over the bar. We're just struggling to hit the back of the net, really. Our shots just aren't great. They're not on target. They're not particularly challenging, aside from, well, when they're offside, apparently, but Gargo Duatherio flicks in across. They head clear, and they're going to pounce on this loose ball. Potentially now a bit of danger against us as well. It's a great challenge there from Follett. Absolutely outstanding. The ball still falls to them, though. It's another very good challenge. Defensively, we are doing some excellent stuff as we just launch it forward. Berger claims the loose ball. Stefan running onto it. Can he find a man in the centre? Well, he tries to. Berger's there, and we go 1-0 up. It deflected off of their player, but the assist still goes to Noé Stefan. But honestly, I think the highlight of that is that defensive performance. 2 excellent tackles, which allowed this goal to happen. And then the players who on the offensive end commit very well. The pass to Berger manages to find him, and the shot, it was point-blank range. He can't really miss. It puts us 1-0 up in a game where so far we've been largely dominant. And going into half-time, well, we're not doing too badly, I don't think. But do we need to change anything? I'm thinking maybe Gargo Duatherio comes off. I'm pleased how things are going for now. But you'll see down here, he's having one of the weaker games on the team. I think it might be a safe idea to just take him off and just see what Clark can do in his place. So let's do that. Let's bring him on and bring him on as a deep line playmaker. Just drop a little bit deeper. We don't need to be as aggressive, but we still want to be creating chances. So let's get out into this second half. Hopefully, maintain the lead, well, as the game progresses. They've got a throw in here. And, well, Bordas heads clear. Marietti tries to flick on, but it just falls to them. Janvier strikes. It just goes wide. Just over an hour into the game. And, well, that's the first real chance that we've seen from them. But, well, it didn't result in anything. But a free kick here. They curve it in. LeBrun goes on the end of it. But Follett clears. Can we get on the end of it? We can. Stefan's running forward. He's got options. Berger is one of them. Out to the left here, maybe? No, he goes for the cross himself. It's headed clear. But Asede, Clark, Berger. And, oh, it's offside again. Oh, it's offside again. We've had 2 goals disallowed for offside. I think that one was certainly quite close. But it did look offside to me. Unfortunate, but it's... Well, you can't score from an offside position. We've got a lot of yellow cards here, which is quite worrying, if I'm being honest. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to bring on Thomas Eriksson for Marietti. And just, well, use that to try and shore things up a little bit. And, well, let's confirm the substitution. Let's keep this second half going. It's close, but so far we are ahead. Although they are looking a little bit more dangerous than they were in the first half. Time is flying by with relatively little going on. They've just had an injury as well. They're down to 10 men because of that injury. They'd already used all their substitutions. But there is over a minute remaining, and there is a highlight as Stefan gets on the end of it. Can he find anyone in the centre? He finds Berger, and we secure the game. Gregory Berger's second goal. Noé Stefan's second assist, and we go 2-0 up. And, well, when this system does work, it really does click. We've got so many attacking threats, and Gregory Berger, on 11 goals this season, is extremely impressive, as Stefan picks him out very well. Stefan's playmaking, his decision-making on the ball is getting a lot better, and I think that's a really key thing to take away. He's less selfish on the ball, he's taking less shots, and he's a lot more willing to just allow his team to score, which in a system like this is incredibly important, where we have a lot of big attacking threats. We need them to work together well, and to see that starting to come on is, well, it's excellent. But that does see us to a 2-0 win against Lorient, one of the better sides in the division. Yeah, 2 goals, one just before halftime, one just before the end of the game, and it all went quite nicely. Man of the match, fairly predictably, is Gregory Berger after scoring 2 goals. Well, technically he scored 3, but 1 was offside, so, you know, we won't comment on that. But yeah, it's a good game all around, to be honest. We're not going to face many teams that are better than these. They are a very good side in the division. And it's good to put them away. Not only, like, maybe the scoreline wasn't massive, but they never really looked too threatening. They had a couple of chances sort of midway through the second half, but other than that, they were relatively quiet, and we did a really good job, again, defensively, of shutting them down, like we've done for quite a lot of this season. But that all said and done, there is one other thing to note, actually. Reims, you'll notice here, have just won 4-1. They've just appointed Dimitar Berbatov as their manager, which, well, that's interesting, because, well, they were already an interesting game, and now we get to play against Dimitar Berbatov. From a managerial role, obviously, but still, that's kind of interesting. Now, Metz and Nancy do still have to play, so we don't quite know how far ahead we are at the minute. It could be 7, 8, what if Metz win? It could only be 5, but we're going to have at least a 5-point lead on second place, which is not too bad at all. With 10 games remaining of the season, we'd have to do something pretty incredible to mess this up, especially considering in the next episode we have Metz. If we beat Metz here, you've got to imagine that's secured it, right? That's got to be it. It's going to be a difficult game, though. We can't really count it as a win until 3 points are on the board. So that will be in tomorrow's episode, which will be up at 5:30, or you can subscribe to get it into your feed, whichever you prefer. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Follow me on Twitter and join the Discord, and we will be back with 2 games tomorrow, Bastille and Metz. And I will see you all then. Have a wonderful night, and goodbye.